Hi everyone and welcome. I'm going to give you a quick video on the week 6 one variable data tables and the two variable data tables. I apologize. I did do these already. They were available for you in week 6, but I think when they upgraded or updated recently that all the recordings were lost. So I'm redoing this for those of you who still need help and questions on this, or do feel free if you weren't able to get it that you can revise and resubmit your assignments so that you can get it completed and get more credit in case you were missing this information. So the whole purpose of a one variable data table or a two variable data table is to allow a calculation to vary depending on a certain value. So you may want to determine how the results will vary if you change a particular variable. So our scenarios are, one of them is, or the first one is, the effect of varying number of condo rental days on revenue and net income. So you're going to determine how many days that you rent the condo will determine your revenue and net income. So then you can judge how many days you need to run it or how much money you or profit you would make if you were to then determine how many days that you rented it. So what you need to do first off, hopefully you are able to see my screen. What you need to do is to make sure that you have these initial values. And these initial values for revenue and net income must stem from a formula because it has to reference a cell address. It has to reference a cell address to the condo rental days. Because it's the condo rental days that you are going to vary, then that'll give you and generate for you the new values for revenue and net income. But the only way for that to do that is if there is a formula that contains a cell address for the condo rental days. Because as you see, we have them here for 250, 275, 300, and all the way up to 400. So we're going to determine what is the new revenue and net income when we change these values. So in order to do that, then the revenue and net income need to have formulas. Now, if we click on revenue, we see it equals to C37. So when you click on C37, it says it equals to C20. Now we have to continue, so equals C20 is a formula. Since it's a formula, we can then use it. If we were just to type in the value, it would not work. Okay, same thing for the net income. Net income is equal C39, and there we go. We do have an actual formula here, so we're fine, able to use that. Okay, I'm sorry for this one. So let's go ahead now and determine, well, how do you do this in the what-if analysis? So you highlight all the areas in question. So you highlight the initial values, because these are the formula that you're going to change the new value for condo rental days. And then all the different new values you're going to enter in this are in this row. So you click on what if analysis data table, and we do the row input cell because this is a row, right? We go from 250 to all the way to 400. This is a row. Now, we need to have the initial value that you're using for your formula. And that's over here in the income statement. That's C5. So that's what you're telling it. Initially, you're starting with C5 and it's 300. But then you're asking in this one variable data table calculation to change this value from 250 to 275, 300, and so forth, and generate the new results for your revenue and net income. So when you click OK, you will see that now your whole table has now new values. That's how you generate those values. And they are all based on these different numbers of condo rental days. Now you're going to repeat the process for the number of ski lift tickets. Okay, so you highlight the entire table, and then what if analysis data table. Now here again, it's a row. So 4250 to 4500, 4750, these are different numbers of ski lift tickets. So we want to now find the one that's in our original income statement and our original formula, and that is over here in C7. And it's the row because we're varying it by the row. Every row, I mean, it's just one row, and each, there's new values for this row. You click on it, and there you go. You generate all different possible values. Now, do know there's some questions here. Now, the question is asking you, okay, if you want to have an net income of at least $250,000, what are the different values that you need to have for your ski lift tickets or your condo rental days? So as you could tell here, it's 375 gives you a net income of 254. So that's according to what you're asking here. You wanted at least 250,000. Okay, the same goes for the ski lift tickets. If you know you need at least 5,500 ski lift tickets sold if you want to get a net income of at least 250,000. So that's the great value and the benefit of using these what if analysis. You can determine what your sales need to be in order to get a certain value. Now, when you have a two variable table, you then will have not only rows but also column of input. But it's still, you need to have a formula in the initial value. This is the initial value, and it's going to be looking at net income. So our initial value is equals C39, which is equal to C37 minus C38, which is fine. We just have to make sure it's a formula. We know that's a formula because we've already used it anyway. So highlight the entire table, starting with your initial values, and then all your different values for the number of tickets, and then also you will highlight the prices. So that's why it's a two variable data table. You're going to determine ticket number and ticket price together to determine the net income. So same thing, you highlight your table, click on data table, and then for our row, it's going to be our original. It was the, it would be, oops, tickets, where are we, ticket sales? Quantity of X game tickets. So we're doing X game tickets and price. So X game tickets, this is the quantity of X game tickets, and that's the row. So that would be for C9, okay, that's your original for, or your initial value for a quantity of X game tickets. Again, this is the value you want to vary and then come up with new income values. So the next one is also price. So the price is now your column. We didn't do a column before, but we do have it because if you look in column I, starting in I-28, you have different prices. So that's how you know that's your column. But we have to go to the first column in the first cell that has the initial value for the price of X game tickets that was used in the initial income statement. And we find that to be right here in C10. So these are now your values for your data table, and it's telling it to change those values according to what you have in your data table so that you can see the new value that's calculated for your net income. And there you go. And again, make sure you look at this question and then determine the different scenarios that are needed so that you can get at least a net income of $250,000 or more. So I hope this helps with you in your processing of this. The data tables, they are very important and very helpful in the decision-making process in companies. And you could tell that as long as you have an income statement and you have some formulas for revenue and net income, and you can very easily just vary one of those values in that income statement calculation and then give you the possible values that can be for your new revenue or new net income. So hopefully this helps, and have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.